Alrighty then. You are live. I like that. I love the people that are probably going live for the first time today. You know, they're feeling the fear and they're doing it anyway, and they're going against all the judgment that could come, including your hair being all over the place and clients seeing this and saying, why is he into personal development? Why is he into a camera that's in your freaking way? There you go. Just noticed that. All right, cool. All right, so what are we talking about today? Listen, I had something else scheduled, but it's a quite an interesting point, to say the least. Is that when you have when you're trying to actually change and you're actually trying to get better, the easiest way is actually not only to look at yourself, because sometimes you just say, well, actually, I'm perfect. I don't need to look at anybody else. Honestly, the best way to do it is when you look at others, you look at how they're performing, you look at the way they're looking, you look at their mindset, you look at the money they're making, you look at everything, and then you say, okay, what are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? And you start taking it away. The example I come up with is always from someone else. So the example this morning was someone that came in, and so to get into my building, you need a key fob. And this key fob was in this guy's wallet, and he kept on dipping it down and then up and down and up, and he was getting frustrated. And I'm thinking, dude, just hold it there. You can't just go up and like dip it. You got to hold it so it feels it, it lets you in, and then you can go in. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, what else are we doing that we get so frustrated without even knowing it? You know, he's blaming it probably on the machine and saying, why is this thing doing what it's doing? I just want to make sure that we're using, okay, Wi-Fi. He's blaming it on the machine. He goes over to the elevator and he presses the elevator up, and then it doesn't light up. And then he presses again, it doesn't light up. And then he presses again, it finally lights up. We get onto the elevator, he presses it once, doesn't light up. To go to his floor, presses it again, and then then it lights up. And it's a perfect example of just, are you blaming technology? Are you blaming yourself? Are you actually learning? Are you getting a little bit better? So I'm looking at this guy, and it's I'm looking at it more on not the judgment phase. What's going on, Erwin? Hey, we doing? Rise and shine, my buddy. So we're not looking at it on the judgment phase. I'm looking at it and like, okay, what is he doing? I'm looking literally at the whole package. You know, what is he wearing? How is he carrying himself? What's his mindset? And then I saw his food, and I was like, well, I don't know what kind of good food that was. It wasn't the best food for breakfast, especially for breakfast. Dude, you got to take care of your body for breakfast, because otherwise, if you start off on a shitty day, if you start off with any dairy and you start off with the normal bullshit that they give you in an American diet, then you're fucked. That's the easiest way to say it. What's going on, Chris? How we doing? You're screwed. You can't actually start your day incorrectly. Okay, you can't. All right, just look at laws. You know, I know. Erwin, welcome back. You know, Erwin was on a hiatus. He was getting 1% worse. No, I'm kidding. When we're learning. So that's the thing, is that most people would say, Charles, you're judging them. You're judging this guy. No. I'm judging at his age, who's older. If I keep on the track of getting frustrated and not learning, speaking of food, what salad dressing do you get? No, I don't get dressing. Listen, in salad dressing, there's so many different fats. There's good fats, which is avocado and nuts. And then there's saturated fats, which are not good. And saturated fats within the dressing are so dense that it literally just goes to your stomach. So what do I get? 4 freshly squeezed lemons, salt and pepper, and that's it. Because we don't produce sodium, and I sweat my ass off. Yeah, but keeping up on the replays. Good. That's all that matters. You know, I cannot stress the importance of just a little bit better. Today, we're going live on the importance of timing. So yesterday, I tried to go live, and it went disastrously. You know? So I could have gotten frustrated. I could have said, it's the technology. No olive oil. No, because I don't know where they get the olive oil from. You know, there's no reason to actually get something without knowing where's the chicken coming from. Like, listen, on Saturday I had chicken and pasta and martinis and wine and whatever. And then on Sunday, you have to reset. You know, I didn't reset as well as I wanted to. So this morning I am definitely resetting. I just water, oatmeal, steel cut with walnuts and almonds, and that's it. I just got to flush it out. I just came back from the bathroom. Trust me, I flushed the weekend out. And that's what a cold brew would do. That's what I highly recommend, is a cold brew, going through that. However, when we're thinking about someone else, look at a Tony Robbins. And I know I've stressed this before, but in person, we're so caught up in our thoughts, we're not looking at other people. We could learn so much from other people. I look at him, this guy, and I say, okay, do I want to be this guy? You know, he's not really into shape. And people would say, Charles, you're judging. No, I'm judging his actions. And then that's the result, is that person, that mindset, you know, balding at a young age, you know, and I know you guys are going to say genetics. Go read some books about genetics, all right? He couldn't get in, so he got frustrated at that technology. All I did was take my key fob and just hold it there for 3 seconds. I got let in. It's also the heart rate. It's the stress. I'm going to make an Instagram post. So Garmin is upping their game, and Garmin now has a calculation on your stress level. And it actually shows you're too stressed, you're very stressed, and whatever. And I think it's 0 to, I don't know what the number it goes up to, but I was 47. And to Garmin, that's very stressed out. Okay, that means throughout your entire day. It's good to have good stress. Okay, it's not good to have chronic stress. Chronic stress leads into what this guy looks like, where he's falling apart. One of my friends, he's out in, you can what not to do. Exactly, both ways. Learn from other people. Stop being in our thoughts. And honestly, today was probably one of the better meditating sessions. So I just went clear thinking. And I also wrote down, highly recommend getting a whiteboard. You have to, this is a whiteboard. I don't know. Well, you can't really see it. But there's a whiteboard right here. Highly recommend. So I wrote down resetting the 3 things. Number 1 is my food. Okay? The food is everything. I can't stress that enough. My mood, my mindset, my ability to focus, my energy, my enthusiasm, everything. Food. Number 2 is fear. Okay, fear. I have to do something that's fearful every single day, or else I feel really, really weird, like this icky feeling, like I'm not moving forward. And the third was, what was the third? Oh, is clients. Okay, I have to do something with my clients, okay, because that's business generation. So the first one is the enthusiasm. The second one is doing something that I fear, because that feels good. And then the third thing is actually what makes me my money. And if I miss one of those 3, that's fine. But if I miss 2 of those 3, not fine. If I miss 3 of those 3, it's not good. The resetting is everything, or else you're going to be looking like that guy who he just doesn't look like a model. Okay, model not physically, but just a model of what you want to be. Get out of our thoughts. That's why I don't use headphones. I live in New York City, just in case shit goes down. I want to be aware. All right, you know, I hear screaming or I hear something, I want to be aware. So that, and then number 2 is, like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to audiobooks every once in a while. But honestly, I observe the body language of people that are successful and not successful. You know, the one person I'm really bullish about is Jasmine Star. I just got turned on to her by an interview she did with Ed Millett. Her energy, her enthusiasm, her business mindset, she is very good at it. I'll tell you this one hack that I did for work recently, is that I plan my day, or I plan my week on Sunday, and then I plan the next day the night before. And I can't even tell you how much that's helped. You know, sales call taught me, complicated as I thought, nah, you just make calls. You know, honestly, so Town Residential, you guys already know, went out of business. I talked about it a little bit yesterday. Town Residential had 300 agents. They did $600 million in sales, which means they equated to revenue of probably, I don't know, $70, $80 million. I have no idea. I don't know their books. However, I could tell you right now, I've been calling that for 2 years. Literally 2 years. One of the managers, one of my good friends, who I might be getting him a job somewhere else, because literally on Thursday, everyone got a notice saying, I'm out of a job, and there's no pension, there's no package here, thanks for showing up. There was no money on the way out. And my buddy deleted Facebook. And I think the reason he deleted Facebook is that he noticed he spent too much time on there. He made some very controversial political posts. I unfollowed him. I was still friends with him, but I unfollowed him because what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? It didn't start yesterday. It didn't start the day before. It started years ago. The chronic smoking, or this is what I mean is, one life. Gary talks about it, and I thought about it this morning, is that you rent this body. You have first start with the foods, first start with the energy in your mindset. I'm reading a book right now. Actually, I'm looking at my phone right here. The book is called Biology of Belief. And Biology of Belief is unbelievable. I like to know about the Overpads, Open Door, Zillow, flipping properties now. You know, it's always going to be around, what's his name? You know, I'll talk about it a little bit more in the BPI, because we're going to be going live every single week. I bought the camera. I have the 2 microphones. I hooked it up to, you should see this whole fucking apparatus behind the camera right now, is that it's just getting 1% better. And I'll leave you this. Bruce Lipton. Highly recommend Biology of Belief. The new one by, oh man, I forgot his name, but he's unbelievable. I could hear his name. He's right along the lines of Bruce Lipton and whatever. Forgot his name, but he's even better. I was going to go to an event, but it was sold out, unfortunately. This is what I want to leave you with, is when you start, look at what it's going to do to you. You know, so I'm going to go Facebook Live. It's not to potentially get clients. Yes, it may get clients, but it's also ensuring that I'm pushing myself. The fear of judgment is a lot less. You know, there's people walking around right now, going into different offices right now. They're working behind me. Someone just popped in right over there. It's one of those things that if you can't get comfortable being uncomfortable, you're just not going to make the impact that you want. Tony Robbins, I'll leave you with this quote. Unbelievable quote. Unbelievable quote. It just smashed me right across the eyeballs. He said something very important. He said, the level to your success is in direct proportion to the level of hold on one second. Let me get this right. The level of success is in direct proportion to how comfortable you are being uncomfortable. Think about that. The level of your success. Are you comfortable singing in front of 9,000 people, or hosting and speaking in front of 9,000 people? No? Then you're never going to be, you're never going to reach that level. The level of uncertainty, the level of uncomfortableness that you are able to deal with is in direct proportion to the success that you will be able to achieve. Making sales calls, that's uncomfortable. That's what it comes down to. Pitching a $12 million property against someone that is on $1 million listing, that might be uncomfortable. You know, maybe it's something that you didn't think that you could maybe achieve. That the level that you are going to achieve in life is in direct proportion to how uncomfortable you can make yourself. Uncomfortable, and the uncertainty that comes along with it, which is clearly business development, which is a recession, which is competition, which is the new technology. It's always coming into real estate. Zillow, hotpads, there could be XYZ that's going to be launching in a year. Of course, there's billions of dollars worth of real estate commissions available that everyone wants to get in there. Blockchain, doesn't matter. There's always going to be something, you know? So I don't know where I went with today's live, outside of the fact of just get out of your head and observe other people just for a little bit, for 2 seconds. Look at the way they dress, they act, where's their head. It also gives you the awareness of, okay, this is how I may be projecting myself, how I look. Is my shoulders back, my head up, and things like that. So I'm going to pop off from now. I'm going to make my sales calls. In 1 hour, I'm going to be going BPI live. I finally got this working. It's been a freaking nightmare, but 1% better. Never give up. Always on the other side of failure or success. And Erwin, welcome back to the live. Talk to you guys soon. BPI, here we go. Looking like a good year. Talk to you.